What's going on, Dragon Ball Z fans? UnrealEntGaming Gaming here today to talk about the future of the Dragon Ball Z franchise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2014. It's the dawn of a new era, the dawn of a new year. So we've had several great things happen over the last year in terms of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. We've had the release of the epic Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie. We have Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z just on the horizon. We have more future Dragon Ball Z projects to look forward to, including Dragon Ball Z Kai. But I, for one, as a fan, as a hardcore Dragon Ball Z fan, as an anime fan, feel as if though something is missing from Dragon Ball Z. But I also feel that the current state of Dragon Ball Z is not where it should be. And what I mean by that is, over the last year, all we've pretty much gotten from the companies, from Akira Toriyama, from, Toei Animation, was only one movie. Why only settle for one when we can have so much more? It is a proven fact at this point in 2014 that Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods was a huge success over in Japan, generating millions and millions of dollars. What does that necessarily say about the franchise? It says that people still care, I still care, you still care, we all still care. And as a fan, as fans, we all want to see more from that. So at this point, we've learned that there are other universes within the Dragon Ball Z realm. There are 12 different universes designed by Akira Toriyama. Over the last year, we've gotten to meet 2 of the Universe 7 gods within Dragon Ball Z, those happening to be Bills and Whis. Bills being the god of destruction, and Whis being the ultimate martial artist of that respective universe. Now, what does that necessarily mean about the future of Dragon Ball Z? Well, towards the end of Battle of Gods, as many of you guys may already know, Goku and the Z Fighters lost. But Bills was not able to carry out his plan either because he ran out of power. When they went back to the God realm, Whis pretty much knocked Bills out, and as he did that, prior to his knockout and him going back to sleep, they were discussing the potential of Goku and Vegeta possibly being big threats in the future. Bills stated right before he left with Whis that he will return in 3 years' time. Now, what does that necessarily mean? It means that right then and there, the possibilities are endless. If we only gotten to meet 2 of the respective gods within only one universe, imagine the other 11 universes. Remember, there are 12 universes total. So why just end it off with Battle of Gods? Sure, yeah, they may have mentioned a possibility of a sequel rolling on around, perhaps Battle of Gods 2, perhaps Dragon Ball Z Wrath of the Gods where Bills returns, but the possibilities are endless. They've introduced the Super Saiyan God, and Goku is not pleased about that form. So what does that necessarily mean? That means that Goku can possibly push harder to find another level beyond Super Saiyan God. Perhaps maybe a canon version of Super Saiyan 4, or if not, if they want to stick with the Super Saiyan God route, maybe Goku discovers how to become a Super Saiyan God on his own. Maybe he finds the actual transformation level beyond Super Saiyan 3. At this point, they can tell any story that they want to because the possibilities are endless. The other gods in the other universes don't have to be benevolent, they don't have to be decent, they don't have to be loving or caring deities, So the possibilities for that are just endless because now you're telling a story which pretty much revolves around other beings in other universes. Remember, Goku and Vegeta only thought that there was only one universe and that they were the strongest in their respective universes. Now, there is no official confirmation anywhere stating that Akira Toriyama, Toei Animation, Fox, Funimation is going to work and, pretty much go on ahead and give the green light to a new series. There is no new series confirmed as of this point in 2014. There is no new series confirmed, and I feel like that's robbery. You're robbing the fans of what they want. If Naruto can continue, if other animes can continue, why not give Dragon Ball Z one final run? I understand that many people are not fans of Dragon Ball GT. Granted, Dragon Ball GT had many flaws, just like Dragon Ball Z Kai has many flaws. Dragon Ball Kai didn't include the Bruce Falconer music. They changed up the voice actors. The voice actors are going half-ass on, their acting and whatnot. But then again, they are just remaking the original, But nothing is ever going to come close to the original. Nothing's going to come close to the depth and magnitude of emotion and, pride that the characters showed, and just the overall in-depth of Dragon Ball Z from the original Dragon Ball Z from the 90s. And I feel like it's robbery. Why not give the fans one final season? Why not give the fans one final run at a new series on television. I really don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it all boils down to rights and money. Yes, everything ultimately boils down to rights and money. Which company is going to get the most money? Who's going to own what? And in the end, they don't have to worry about that, because if they give us what we want, which is a brand new series introducing the same characters, possibly reintroducing old characters like Future Trunks, you know, possibly having a canon version of Pan who becomes a Super Saiyan later on down the road, a much more evolved version of Oob, then they don't have to worry about money, because guess what? We as fans are going to pay for these products because we love the franchise so much that we want to see it succeed. So the possibilities are endless. I mean, why settle with fan fictions when they can actually go on ahead and give us the real deal, give us a new series, give us more what if characters, you know? For example, what if they made Broly return as a Super Saiyan 3? What if Future Trunks came back from his timeline and he spoke about, you know, Majin Buu, and he spoke about how he defeated him alone? Perhaps maybe reintroduce Gotenks as an adult, have an adult version of Gotenks, you know? Everybody wanted to see that. Have the epic return of two of the mightiest fusions within Dragon Ball Z. Reintroduce Gogeta, reintroduce Vegito. It's not really hard to reintroduce Vegito. All they have to do is just do one of two things: either ask the Kais to make another pair of earrings, or they can just summon Shenron or Porunga and just wish for the earrings back, you know? It's not really hard to do those things. And then on top of that, you can reintroduce Bills, you can reintroduce Whis, and have them fight somebody like Gogeta, somebody like Vegito. Perhaps maybe introduce Vegeta as a Super Saiyan God. Remember, Goku did promise him that within Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. So I don't see why they're hesitating with another series. I don't see why they're holding back, because the voice actors themselves, if they want to do it, why not continue forward? You know, I'm pretty sure the two voice actors that voice Goku and Vegeta, Chris Sabat and Sean Schemmel, would be more than likely to agree to, you know, going back and doing another series. You know, that's not the problem, not even in the least. And then from there, they can go on ahead and make even more money from this product, because they can just go on ahead and create more video games that would generate more revenue for them. Perhaps, you know, doing a Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, even though Atari owns the rights, it would be pretty cool if they made another Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, especially for the next gen systems, you know, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, maybe even reintroducing and creating Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 3. Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 1 and 2 had epic stories, especially with the whole what if scenarios. You know, they had Super Saiyan 3 Broly, they had Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, so why not go ahead and just execute that, you know, by continuing to make more? You know, perhaps adding more what if characters. What if Super Buu absorbed Broly? What if Future Trunks did a fusion with Gohan? You know, what if perhaps per se Vegito turned into a Super Saiyan 3? You know, like, the possibilities are just endless. What if Piccolo fused with Pikkon? You know, so they could generate so much money, and the fan support is already there. The fan support will always be there, because remember, there are more Dragon Ball Z fans than what you think there are. You know, the fan base never died off. I mean, sure, it may have declined, but the fans, the hardcore fans, the casual fans, every single fan for that matter is still there. So why not follow up to that? Why not give the fans what they want? If we demand for something, if we ask for something and we're willing to pay for it, why not give it to us? That just boggles my mind. The spirit of Dragon Ball Z is still there. As you can see with Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, the entire world is anticipating this game, not only because it's different, but for the first time you're going to get to play as 3 characters that were never dubbed in their respective languages. We're going to get to play as Whis, Bills, and Super Saiyan God. Aside from Goku, who has an American voice actor, Bills and Whis do not. And for the first time, we get to hear how these characters sound like in English. You know, so it's really amazing to see how Akira Toriyama, you know, introduced these new characters, but he's not following up to his own project. Now, I understand the man does not want to be remembered as just the Dragon Ball Z guy. The guy has worked on other animes before, he's worked on other mangas, and I respect that from him. But what I do not understand is how you're just going to throw Dragon Ball Z away like that. Now, granted, I am not a part of Toei Animation, I am not a part of Fox, I am not a part of Funimation, so I don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. But if I was a part of those companies, I would just give the green light for everything. A new series, brand new video games, you know, merchandise and stuff like that. How come Japan, you know, has exclusive action figures that other countries in the entire world do not. I've seen action figures in Japan, you know, that vary from Super Saiyan 5 Broly to Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta to Janembu, which is a fusion between Janemba and Super Buu. I've seen what if action figures that involve Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, Super Saiyan 3 Gohan, you know, so why can't we have that? You know, it's really unfair, and I understand and respect Dragon Ball Z's roots. Dragon Ball Z being from Japan, I respect that a lot. But when Battle of Gods makes millions in one country, imagine what it can do in the entire world. Now, I understand the Spanish are going to get their version of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, but the entire world is not. You know what I mean? We want an English dub. We want a Germany dub. We want a Netherlands dub. We want dubs for this movie. We want a Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods dub, number one, because after Dragon Ball Z Kai, what are they going to do? They're going to have to dub Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. They have no choice but to do that. You know, Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans was never dubbed in English. Why? Why was that, you know, with Hatchak and the return of Cooler and Frieza and Turles and Lord Slug and stuff like that, you know? That was a really great story. They introduced a brand new what-if character. What if the embodiment of those four villains was all etched into one, and then you had Hatchak? So the possibility of Dragon Ball Z, it just goes on forever, because the storyline, you can create such a great story. You know, for example, if Akira Toriyama were to make a brand new saga, or a brand new series for that matter, one of the sagas could be the God Saga, which pretty much embodies all of the 12 gods that Bill's mentioned within Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. It makes sense, right? They can incorporate, you know, so many what-if scenarios. Like, what if, for example, one of the gods decided to blow up the other universe? So let's say, for example, Universe 9 was destroyed by Universe 3. For example, the god from Universe 3 completely obliterated Universe 9, you know? They could have it to where Bills and Whis don't have to fight the Z Fighters. What if they joined up with the Z Fighters to fight the other gods? Or what if, per se, they have Goku and Vegeta and the other Z Fighters travel from universe to universe to universe just to see what's going on, just to see how it's like, you know? Maybe, for example, they have alternative versions of Goku and Vegeta. What if evil Goku is lying within Universe 12? Or what if Broly was never killed and he lies in Universe 1? What if Cell was never defeated by Gohan and he is the strongest in the entire universe in Universe 2? What if, you know, Super Buu absorbed everything and everybody in Universe 6? You know what I mean? So the possibilities are there. You know, having Goku and Vegeta ascend to Super Saiyan 3s, to Super Saiyan gods, to having them become, you know, godly fusions, and, you know, to having Gohan ascend, and, you know, future Trunks return and adult Gotenks, and you have Oob. They could actually make Oob very credible. I mean, he is the reincarnation of Kid Buu. Kid Buu is supposed to be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so he could be a huge help. For the first time, they can incorporate Pan. You know, they can do Pan right. They can actually make Pan an important character. They can actually make her ascend to a Super Saiyan, having to aid her brothers and her father and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, Pan would be a very credible character, the first ever female Super Saiyan, you know? And maybe she can fuse with somebody later on down the road. So, you know, the spirit of Dragon Ball Z will forever be there, you know? And the video games, for example, I mean, just look at Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z's online integration system. You have 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 2-on-2. So the future of Dragon Ball Z, they can make a video game to where you have your own custom-made character. Why can't they just allow you to create your own custom-made character from scratch? Create your own Namekian, create your own Majin, create your own Android, create your own Saiyan, you know, from top to bottom, you know, hair color, hair length, attire, aura color, lightning color, eye color, facial expression, taunts, you know, outfits, clothing, you know, special attacks, the color of a special attack. Can you imagine if somebody were to create a Saiyan who was able to do a red spirit bomb? Or maybe, for example, if somebody was able to create like a green final flash or something like that? Like, it's all there, you know? having certain races of, you know, beings have different abilities. For example, the androids can absorb your power. You know, having a Majin who's able to do a what if fusion with himself. What if he absorbed another character per se, or something like that? You know what I mean? He's able to turn you into candy or food. You know, having a Saiyan, you know, allowing your Saiyan to have multiple levels within a video game. Imagine if you were able to create your own character, and your character was able to go Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, perhaps maybe Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 5, Super Saiyan God, fused with other characters. Those are the windows, those are the gates to the next generation of Dragon Ball Z. You can't keep going in this same cycle, giving us the same old Saiyan saga and the Frieza saga. As great as those were, you're going to have to start thinking outside of the box. And a person like me always thinks outside of the box, because I am such a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. You cannot begin to fathom. I've learned more from these fictional characters than I have real life people. Vegeta has taught me more than our president could ever teach me. Goku has taught me more, and he's a fictional character, more than any of my friends would ever teach me. You know what I mean? And these fictional characters can inspire you. For example, Vegeta, his inspiration and his motivation within Dragon Ball Z is to never give up, to always train to become better. Sure, he has a lot of pride, but don't we all as human beings have pride within us? You know, so that was the embodiment of Vegeta. The embodiment of Goku was to always have the willpower to keep on fighting. You know, never fight to kill anybody, never fight for revenge, but always fight to test yourself. Always be kind, always train hard, love your family, love your friends, protect your family, protect your friends. You know, so Dragon Ball Z has more of a symbolism behind it than what many people make it out to be, just nothing but screaming and grunting and roaring and stuff like that, you know? So Dragon Ball Z is all about family, is all about, you know, training yourself to become the best. It's all about, you know, being a moral person. So Dragon Ball Z has more of a symbolism behind it than anything else, you know? And I really don't see why they don't just continue. I mean, after all, it is January of 2014. I don't know when exactly you guys are watching this. It could be in the summer. It could be in 2015, 2016, 2017. I don't know, but what I do know is this. There is more of a Dragon Ball Z fan base out there, especially for anime's sake, than any other anime. If anything is close, then anything close to that would be Naruto. But Dragon Ball Z, as of this point, is so big. It is so well known, and people still support it. People love it now, I think, more than ever, because the fan fiction is there. The possibilities are there. The what if scenarios are there. And yes, like I said, granted, Dragon Ball GT is considered not to be canon for the simple fact that Super Saiyan 4 was never mentioned within Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, even though it was before the World Martial Arts Tournament. Regardless, you know, people are saying that Dragon Ball GT was a total flop, and they're saying that Dragon Ball GT was never created by Akira Toriyama. You know, it is what it is at this point. Dragon Ball GT exists, but in the end, I do believe that the companies should just move forward. Look at their portfolio, look at their stacks. Yes, men lie, women lie, but numbers do not. And if you look at the numbers, a lot of people are interested in Dragon Ball Z. For example, if you just look at my videos alone, we're not talking Rom Style, the COD Brothers, we're not talking about anybody else, just look at my numbers alone for Dragon Ball Z, you're going to see that people still take interest in Dragon Ball Z. Now let's look at other people. Let's look at top companies. Let's look at fan fictions. For example, Dragon Ball Z Multiverse, Dragon Ball Z New Age, Dragon Ball Mystic Future, Dragon Ball AF, you know, so the fan fictions are there, and I've read, you know, most of these fan fictions, and they're incredible. They really are. Introducing Zycor, introducing Rageyor, introducing, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Broly being controlled by the South Supreme Kai, introducing Janembu, absorbing Omega Shenron, having to combat Gogeta, which is a fusion of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. You know, these fan fictions are epic. I mean, granted, some of them are not in color, some of them are just etched out, but regardless, the story is still still there, and it makes you wonder, holy shit, imagine if they were to go further. Imagine this thing actually had, you know, animation behind it. You know, it's just awesome. And then on top of that, you have Dragon Ball Epsilon, created by fans. Right then and there, Dragon Ball Epsilon is physical proof that fans still care, because since these companies aren't giving us what we want, there are fans out there that have created their own anime, so to say, and that was Dragon Ball Epsilon. Granted, I really wish that they were to make more of Dragon Ball Epsilon, but it's not easy at all. You know, you have Dragon Ball Epsilon, you have parodies, for example. You know, you have some parodies from Team 4-Star doing their, you know, shtick on Dragon Ball. So, you know, I really don't see why these companies just don't get together and they agree on something. I mean, granted, we're all adults here. You know, you learn to agree to disagree. You know, and I don't see why money, I don't see why, you know, companies, for that matter, rights, should ever get in the way of just giving the people what they want, and in return they will get a lot of interest. You know, for example, if these companies are that money hungry, then just give us a series and we will give you our money. You know, you give us a new series, we give you money. You give us the video games that we want, we give you money. You give us the right merchandise and the right action figures, we'll give you our money. You know what I mean? It makes no sense for them not to do that, you know? And for the last 2 years, I've been on here just talking and speaking my mind and getting all of your opinions. I have read thousands and thousands and thousands. I've read hundreds of thousands of your comments over the last 2 years, guys. I know what you guys want. I know what I want. I mean, as a community, we all know what we want, and I think we can all agree when we say we want a new series. We want Dragon Ball Z to continue. We want new video games. Shit, I mean, why not drop 2 video games in 1 year? You know, how awesome would that be? Where in the hell is our Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi HD collection? Somebody please explain to me where that is, you know? Why not drop Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z and Dragon Ball Z the Budokai HD collection in the same year? Why not create Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 3 along with something else for a lesser system like the 3DS or something like that, or the PSP Vita or something, you know, in the same year? You have the PS4 and the Xbox One out. Utilize it. You have the Wii U, utilize it. I mean, these companies are just sitting around waiting on what? You know, the time is up. This is where it should be, right here. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is the most popular anime ever. I mean, you can't refute that. The statistics are there. The numbers are there. Dragon Ball Z hits #1. You know, if anything hits #2, it's probably Naruto. And I understand you have Yu Yu Hakusho, and you have Death Note, you have Gundam, you have so many other animes out there that are really great, but in the end, Dragon Ball Z ranks #1. So these companies should just look at that and say, wow, if these people still care, let's give them the green light, you know? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the future of Dragon Ball Z? Where do you guys see Dragon Ball Z in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018? Where do you see Dragon Ball Z in the future? Where do you guys expect it to go? What do you guys expect from its gaming systems? Do you guys expect to see a Raging Blast 3, Budokai Tenkaichi 4, perhaps maybe a Battle of Z2? Do you guys expect to see another Battle of Gods movie come out between, you know, 2014 and 2015, 2015 and 2016? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Also, let me know in the comment section below on what you would do if you had the rights to Dragon Ball Z right now. What direction would you take Dragon Ball Z? Where would you go with the franchise? What would you guys include? What would you guys remove from the franchise? I want to hear everything in the comment section below, guys. Your comments and your opinions are important because it's what makes the Dragon Ball Z community. So thank you all for watching, everybody. If you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest Dragon Ball Z news, information, updates, what if battles, and tons of Dragon Ball Z content on my channel, guys. If you guys agreed with what I said in this video, if you guys liked the video, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit this video up with a like, favorite the video, guys. Help spread this video. Let's show the world. Let's show the world that we still want Dragon Ball Z. Let's help get this video out to your friends, to your family, to strangers. years. Let's show people that Dragon Ball Z still has a significant impact in the community. Let's get the word out so these companies can see this. Hopefully one day they will, and they can just say, wow, you know what, if these people are speaking out about it, and if you're so, you know, into it, if they love it so much, why not do it? So thank you all for watching, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed. This is just one fam from another. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really wish the best for Dragon Ball Z as for the years to come, because if this franchise dies, then I guess a part of me is going to die as well. So thank you all for watching, everybody. God bless every single one of you, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next video. Peace.